All right, Dave, thank you. Well, within the past hour, 9 women and 5 men have been seated on a jury for a murder trial in Fond du Lac County. 16-year-old Parise Larry Jr. facing multiple charges, including first-degree intentional homicide in the May 2023 shooting that killed Tatiana Zek. Samantha Cavalli was inside the courtroom today. She joins us live from Fond du Lac with more. Samantha?
Right, Chris, both families for the defendant and the victim in this case filling up a bench here in the courtroom this afternoon. Now, it was anticipated that opening statements were going to be happening for this case, but it turns out that the jury selection took up an entire day in regards to this case as the district attorney and the defense attorney, they had to be questioning over 80 potential jurors. Now, let's check on some background in regards to this shooting that we let you know on in a first alert update. Now, the Fond du Lac Police Department responded to a report of gunshots at the Maplewood Commons on May 7th, 2023. The victim, 20-year-old Tatiana Zek, was taking out the trash after a family barbecue when she was shot in the crossfire. Now, the suspect, Larry Jr., was just 14 years old at the time of the shooting. The criminal complaint says that he and 19-year-old Antonio Johnston, 17 at the time, had a conflict with another male at the apartment complex. That man, who was shot in the upper body and hospitalized, he later told investigators that he believed that he was the intended target. Larry Jr. turned himself into police just a few days later. Johnston was arrested with the help of U.S. Marshals just 4 months after the deadly shooting in the Chicago area. He actually pleaded guilty in January to multiple charges, which include first-degree intentional homicide and attempted homicide. And currently, he is still awaiting sentencing. Now, Larry Jr., as you had mentioned earlier, Chris, he is facing those charges along with the ones that the co-defendant Johnston also faced earlier this year, but he could be spending the rest of his life in prison. Now, tomorrow morning, opening statements will begin at 8:30 a.m., and we will be inside the courtroom for that. This trial could take up to 2 weeks. Reporting live in Fond du Lac, Samantha Cavalli, Action 2 News.